Welcome back to Duramax Focus. We're going to show you some pictures of when we replaced the bed rails on this 03 Duramax. Hopefully this video will be helpful to you. This is the bed rail kit we used for the job, along with the spot weld cutter and some other tools. As you can see, we replaced some other things while we were doing this job. So when the bed rails came in, I noticed that the nuts that would be holding the bed to the truck weren't welded the best, so I went ahead and beefed them up a little bit just to make the welds a little bit stronger. So to start off the project, we started taking apart everything we needed to get the bed off of the truck. Once we removed the bed from the truck, we then laid out all the rails and primed the insides where you would not be able to reach once they are welded to the truck. Now with the bed flipped over, we began assessing what we would have to do to cut the existing bed rails off of the bed. With the bed off the truck, we decided we would clean up the frame too, so we scuffed that down and prepared it for paint. Next, we began cutting the cross members off of the bed. Each spot where the cross member touches the bed is going to have a spot weld that you're going to need to cut. We started in the middle because the bed will begin to get flimsy when you start removing the cross members. After we removed all the cross members, we ground down all the spot welds so the new cross members would sit flat when we welded them on. Next, we scuffed the bed and prepared it for a coat of primer. With our primer on the undersides of the rails dry now, we then coated it with paint. We also painted where each bed rail would sit. Where we are going to weld the cross members to the bed, we prepped a small section to be tacked. Now with the new bed rails tacked in place, we used our pulley system to raise the bed back up and prepare it to test on the truck. As you can see, the bed fit, so we began taking the bed back off of the truck so we could finish welding on the cross members. Here we finished prepping the surfaces so they could be welded. We put 3 tack welds in each spot the bed rail met the truck. On the front side of the bed, we just tacked it to the lip. After we finished welding, we then primed over the welds. Once the primer had dried, we then used our black Magic Tractor paint and finished painting the rest of the underside of the bed. We then painted the tow package with some Rust-Oleum hammered paint and then finished prepping the bed for the POR 15. After the POR 15 dried, we put the black Magic Tractor paint over top of it, and then we began to reinstall the bed. This job was definitely a challenge and took a lot of work. We worked on it for several days, but the end result was very nice and we have a good solid bed now. Hopefully this video was helpful. If you have any questions, please leave them in the comments and like and subscribe.